Hi all. In the previous lecture we have seen how to print values onto the screen. That is, we have assigned a value 5 into a variable a and then I have displayed it. But now I don't want to assign any values to the variable. The variable that is the value will be given by the user after running the program. In those cases we call it as inputting the data. That is, I don't want to assign 5 here. You can see here I have given 5 here. I am not going to assign 5 here. The value for the variable a will be given by the user. That means you are going to input a value to the variable a. So here we have to use the input statement. In C language, the input statement that we use is scanf statement, and I have told in the previous lecture that when you use a scanf statement, it has two parts. First part is the format specifier, which will specify what data type of variable, what data type is getting stored into the variable. So here we have declared the variable as a, so obviously we will be giving the value as an integer value. So the format specifier for this variable is %d, and then we have to give the name of the variable to which the value entered should be stored. So the variable that I am going to use here is a, so I am going to use a here, and the ampersand symbol there represents the reference to the variable. So when you use a scanf statement, and if you are going to read integer or floating values, you have to give the ampersand symbol before the variable which is getting stored, and then you have to end the statement with semicolon. So now you can see that in my program, first I am going declaring a variable a, and then I am going to read a value from user, and that value will be read from the keyboard. So once the user enter the value, that value will get stored in the variable a, and here you are specifying the format as %d. That means the value that you are entering should be an integer value, and then we are printing that value on the screen. So when I run this program, what happens here is the compiler, that is, you can see it here, you are not seeing anything on the screen here, but you can see a cursor there. That means as soon as the compiler see the scanf statement, it is waiting for one value from user to be entered. So if I am entering the value 5, and then if I press the enter button, what happens is that 5 will get stored into the variable a, and what we are trying to do is we are going to print the value that you have in a, that we have seen in the previous lecture. So if I want to read two numbers from the user, what I should do is I should have two variables to store the two numbers. Think like I'm going to store two numbers in a and b. So if I want to read two numbers, what I can do here is I can separate these two numbers with commas, and then you have to specify the format for this variable. That will be done like this, without any space or anything. You can specify the format for particular variable. Now what happens is, once you run this program, the compiler will wait for input from the user, and in the scanf statement it asks for two numbers. That is, you have to enter two numbers here. I am entering 3, and when I press enter, it will ask for the second number. So I will enter the second number, and when I press enter, what it does is it reads the two numbers, and the first number that you enter in the keyboard will be stored in the variable a, and the second number that you are going to enter in the screen will be stored in the variable b, and I am printing only the value of a. So if I want to print the second value also, I can give it as b, but you have to specify the format specifier for b. So I am writing as variable a, and b is %d and %d. So the first %d that you see here will be replaced with the value in a, and the second %d will be replaced by the value that you have in b. Now you can see when I run this program, it asks for two numbers, that is 3 and 4. Now the value, then you can see it prints like the value inside the variable a and b is 3 and 4. So in case when you run this program, you can see there, when a new person look into the program, you cannot see anything here, just a cursor there. So instead of that, what I can do here is before reading the value from the user, I can print something here. Printf enter the two numbers. So it will be more clear for the user who is going to run this program. So when I run this program, after declaring A and B, it will ask the user to enter two numbers. So user will be clear that you can enter two numbers. So I'll give 4 and then I'll give 5, and now you can see it's displayed. So this is how you're reading values from the user, that is you're inputting data into the program. So for inputting the data into the program, you have to use the scanf statement. Thank you all.